The Toronto Blue Jays have had extreme troubles in recent years of finding prospects and young talent to help bolster their major league team. I've talked about the Toronto Blue Jays drafting problems in the past on this channel, and the fact that their prospects and farm system are lackluster at best. But with the 2025 draft recently completed at the time that this video will be coming out, I want to look at the current prospects the Jays have that I believe will be very good in the future, and the ones I really don't believe in. Maybe some that people may have hopes for still. Let's start with the three prospects I really like in the Jays farm system. The second overall Blue Jays prospect, Trey Yesavage, is absolutely electric. Drafted with the 20th pick in the first round of the 2024 draft, the hype is real for Trey Yesavage. Pitching for East Carolina in college, he had a 2.03 ERA in 93 innings with 145 strikeouts in his junior year. As of recording, he has completed 16 starts over 3 different levels of the minor leagues and just played in the MLB Futures game. He is striking out every hitter and their mother and has some of the weirdest pitches I have ever seen from a pitcher. Yesavage has a very odd delivery that looks like he puts a lot of effort into every pitch, which is kind of why he fell so low in the 2024 draft. Teams are worried about injuries. And frankly, from what it looks like so far, the only thing that could kill Yesavage's trajectory is injury. He is killing the competition. As of recording, he is the 57th overall prospect in the entirety of the MLB, and I don't see him slowing down. In my opinion, the worst case scenario for Yesavage's career is he becomes a back of the bullpen reliever or closer for the Jays, and most likely will thrive in that spot. I am normally very pessimistic when it comes to prospects because I believe if you have an opportunity to trade unproven prospects for a proven big leaguer, you most likely should. But if the Blue Jays trade Yesavage for a piece at the deadline, I will collapse to the ground and weep because this is my guy. Moving on to another 2024 draft pick, the second round pick by the Blue Jays out of Mississippi State, where he posted a 3.28 ERA in 96 innings with 107 strikeouts. Stephan is the Jays' current 9th overall prospect, which I think is really low for what I think he could bring to the table. Cal has put together a 1.75 ERA in 87 innings with 97 strikeouts between A and high A ball. The dude isn't a dominant force who is striking everyone out like Yesavage, but he looks like a really dependable starter. I can't wait for him to get a call up to AA, which I'm sure will happen before the end of the season, joining his draft buddy, Trey Yesavage, in the New Hampshire rotation. Stephan's scouting report says he has a high floor, as he has a really good feel for all 4 of his pitches, and his development will come with improving those pitches instead of trying to bring a third or fourth pitch up to par with the first and second like many other prospects need. I think Stephan could be a really good reliever in the future at his worst, most likely long relief. And if I had to give a major league comparison, I would think he would be a Zach Eflin type of pitcher. I hope that the Blue Jays hold on to him this deadline, and if they must trade him when I think his value is higher, like next year. If Cal Stephan isn't higher than 9 on the Blue Jays prospect list by next year, MLB Pipeline has their rankings all wrong. The last pick for the prospects I like is Johnny King. Now I know what some of you are thinking. I put the top 3 picks of the 2024 draft from the Jays as the 3 guys I like. And yes, this could be a bit of recency bias toward these prospects, but I can't help but love what the Jays did in the 2024 draft. I could sit here and tell you I like Landon Morales more than Johnny King, or maybe even Josh Kasevich. But truthfully, I think Johnny King will be better than both those guys. The Blue Jays needed to address pitching in their draft in 2024, and I believe 2024 will be the first draft under Ross Atkins where they get some really good value from their early picks. Why do I think this? Well, Johnny King looks like an absolute stud in the early goings. He was drafted out of high school, has a 6'4" frame and is 210 pounds. He's a left-handed starting pitcher and crushed rookie ball with a 1.13 ERA in 24 innings, striking out 41 batters. He has recently been called up to A-ball. King is only 18 years old and has an estimated time of arrival to the MLB of 2028, which would make him around 21 or 22 years old. An extremely high upside arm, who I honestly think we could see in the MLB sooner rather than later. Now, onto the three guys I dislike in the Jays farm system. Starting us off is Orelvis Martinez. Signed in 2018 out of the Dominican Republic, Martinez got the call to the big league club last year and immediately got popped for using performance-enhancing drugs. This was extremely disappointing for me, and I'm sure was very disappointing for the rest of the Jays organization as well. Unfortunately, I wasn't really a big Orelvis Martinez guy anyways, and there are two main reasons for that. Martinez strikes out a lot, with 85 strikeouts in 75 games in AAA this year compared to just 32 walks. Martinez is only batting .192 with a .659 OPS. He has had a horrible season since being exposed for using PEDs. Whether that's because he's not using the drugs anymore or his confidence is shot, I'm not really sure. And I understand that power guys usually have more swing and miss, but Orelvis has a little too much. This, paired with the fact that he is an absolute liability in the field, makes me dislike him as a player. Jays fans saw this in spring training this year, where his defense was extremely poor at every position he played. Listed as a third baseman, Orelvis played second base as well as some corner outfield, if I recall correctly, in spring training, and he looked like he was walking through wet cement trying to make plays on balls. Martinez looks to be a first baseman or maybe even a designated hitter for the rest of his career, which is not what you want to limit a prospect to. The Blue Jays really don't have any room for Martinez on the big league club, with Vlad being locked up long term, and I would like to see them trade for him for whatever he is worth at the deadline this year. Extremely disappointing from someone who is supposed to be the Blue Jays' number 3 prospect. Ricky Tiedemann. I have never liked Ricky Tiedemann. Now, I will admit to you, I have only really gotten into baseball and prospects for a couple of years now, and Ricky was drafted in the third round of 2021. So maybe I would have been more hyped about him if I was into this stuff more in 2021 or 2022. But frankly, I can't see the upside anymore. Drafted out of Golden West Junior College, Tiedemann became known for his electric fastball and nasty changeup over the years. 2022 saw Tiedemann post a 2.17 ERA in 78 innings with 117 strikeouts, over 3 different levels of the minors, reaching as high as AA. This, concerningly, is kind of how the start of Trey Savage's minor league career is looking so far. The Southpaw's biggest flaws over the years have been injury, which absolutely sucks for everyone rooting for Ricky. Most recently, Ricky had to undergo Tommy John surgery soon after the 2024 spring training, and is expected to come back late this year. Unfortunately, I just don't feel good about Ricky. He gets hurt so much and hasn't thrown more than 78 innings in a minor league season, which was his first season with the organization. He's just 22 years old, turning 23 on August 18, and could very well come back to form in 2026. But with the extremely old Jays farm system producing very little pitching success as of recently, I really don't feel any confidence in him making a return, especially with the Jays. For the Jays' sake, I hope they trade their number 4 overall prospect and get some value from him this deadline. And for Ricky's sake, I hope the trade helps him find a team that can help him flourish. Speaking of left-handed pitchers, Brandon Barriera. The first round pick by the Blue Jays in 2022 has been the opposite of what everyone hoped for. The Jays took a chance on a high school left-handed pitcher in the 2022 draft in Brandon Barriera, and it seems like they bet on the wrong lefty because Noah Schultz, who just played in the MLB Futures game, was picked by the White Sox 3 picks later. Barriera is the same age as Yesavage and hasn't sniffed a minor league level above A-ball in his career. This is due to the fact he had to have a hybrid Tommy John surgery in 2024 and was looking to make a return in 2025, which hasn't seemed to be going very well so far. A 14.29 ERA in 5 innings of rookie ball, striking out 6, isn't how you want to come back. I mean, I can't blame the guy. Injuries happen and it's extremely unfortunate, but this may turn out to be another bad first round pick amongst the many the Jays have had. I don't believe at this rate Barriera will even make the majors, and I really feel bad for the guy. Luckily for him though, he got paid over slot value with almost $3,600,000 in his bank account. So I don't know if we should feel so bad for him. In conclusion, those are the 3 prospects I like and dislike for the Toronto Blue Jays. At the time of making this script, it is the morning of the draft, and I wanted to get this done before the draft was completed, but it looks like it will be put out maybe a day after. Note that if there are any prospects I didn't mention in the video, it meant I didn't feel very strongly toward the player, and probably need more time to digest how I feel, like the Jays' top prospect, Arjun Namala. I will undoubtedly share my thoughts on the Jays 2025 draft after this video, so please look out for that one when it comes out. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.